Welcome back on another episode of Being Black is Ghetto, episode 5, and I have your co-host. Nah, that fucking sucks, right? That shit is ass.
I liked it. I was like,
Yo. As y'all can hear in the background, we got quite a bit of a live audience, you know?
Yes.
But episode 5 of Being Black is Ghetto, I am your lovely host, Jay Evans, and to my left, which might be the right to others, introduce yourself.
Patty J, you're...
You know, fresh off the watch party, we have a lovely guest today. You know, this is Patty friend. So we're going to, give the floor to her. Introduce yourself.
My name is Crystal.
And my kids also know her as Sparkle. That's the name they gave her.
Sparkle?
Auntie Sparkle.
Auntie Sparkle.
Where you get that name from?
Her name is Crystal, and they just said Sparkle. They don't even respect the name.
Let me tell you the truth,
name.
right? They couldn't remember, right? So I feel like they were trying to go with something close enough to Crystal. Like, Sparkle, you get it?
Yeah.
So I just ran with that.
And I was like,
that ever since.
I love it.
That's the most kid shit. Yo, kids don't be respecting shit.
Facts.
They don't be respecting nothing.
Speaking of, we're promoting their lemonade.
Oh, yes, my babies now have a lemonade. Rilo's lemonade.
Yes, very delicious.
Shout out to the parents trying to write their kids off on taxes, you heard? But yeah, support that. I would grab mine, but it's too far to go grab. But we gonna start with the week, man. Patty, how's your week been?
It's good.
All
How's
right.
yours?
Good to hear. I filed my taxes and I owe the IRS money back. I'm not proud of it.
That's not so good.
Yeah, that shit is ass. I hate adulting. Real ghetto. Real fucking ghetto. How you living over there, Crystal?
Good.
That's it? Just good? Like
Good.
It's 420. Lower a little bit.
Nah, actually, you know what? I did something good today. I actually went to the gym.
Went to the gym.
Yes.
Shout out.
Back
Come
in
on.
the gym.
Snaps and claps. And claps. Trying to unbig your back.
That's exactly what we said on the floor today. It was like, we're proud of ourselves for trying to do that. Yes.
As you should, man. I've been in the gym myself,
Qualified Fitness might get you right. Mm-hmm. Got you after this.
Shout out to the group chat, I slacked these past 2 days because we had to get this situated, But we back at it starting tomorrow, you heard. No excuses.
He's on his own. I've been on every single day. I don't miss my challenges. It'll be a shame if I miss the challenges.
Not every day.
Listen, man, summer right around the corner. Y'all playing bathing suit season,
Like, I'm jumping back in, so I'm giving myself 2 to 3 days a week.
What you be doing in the gym? What's the regimen?
Well, we just jumped back in, so we warming up, all right? Just
treadmill, aka.
No, I don't run to that. No. Just warm up
AKA taking pictures and walking out.
Taking pictures and walking out is
Working
crazy.
on the full body, okay? That's it, period.
But just to update the people, like I said, we just finished our watch party. By the time y'all see this, our watch party happened. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was a nice experience.
Yes.
The people gave some feedback. So we're going to implement some things going into the future. But as it stands right now, got the best show in the town, man. Stop playing with us.
We lit.
Best show in the towns, man.
I think we should wait. Sorry to cut you off. I think we should start by how her and I met.
I was just about to say that.
Oh,
see, look at you.
We're here. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a Libra thing, But yeah, how y'all met,
Well, from my version of it, because I think you have a different one. But
yes, we have 2 different versions.
I used to always see Patrice because she was like a grade or 2 above me.
Was it middle school, high school?
So I remember seeing her in middle school, but like knowing her in high school. So like high school, as soon as I walked in, the first lunch table I walked to, she was sitting and I just sat there. From there, I was just sitting there every day and that's it.
I remember speaking to her in middle school, but she don't remember.
No.
So I don't know.
Patrice was lit in middle school?
She was always
I was
wild.
always loud.
Always wild. All over the place.
I've always
like you
been this
always
person.
saw Patrice. Always. No matter who she was with, you saw Patrice.
Always trying to be main character, like.
I just always been lit. What can I say?
I can't say the same. I was a late bloomer, Now I'm a glow up. You gotta talk to me nice, you heard.
And
Price
I
is
think
going
like
up.
for social media like that, like keeping up after high school, that's how a lot of like connections, like
people
going
stay
out,
connected.
family time, like going over to each other's houses, things like that. Invited to each other's like special events. Like not everybody got to be there. So that's how you know that's a real friend.
Exactly.
Aw, look at y'all. Real friend. Real friend.
Yes.
So tell the people about yourself, Crystal. Like what you do for a living. I'm saying.
I'm a nurse. 2 years now.
2 years.
One. I just like did school, so that was
What kind of nurse, if you don't mind me asking?
a licensed practical nurse. So I work in a clinic,
Okay.
9 to 5, no weekends, no holidays. But yeah, we ready to go back to school for the RN, jump into that 312s, 4 days off,
Must be nice.
travel.
And you could tell by that job description what she is, what her background is, which is what are you? Where are you from?
Jamaican.
Exactly. Nurses. Jamaicans are always nurses.
Yes.
Jamaicans is
Jamaicans always nurses.
come to America, become a nurse.
Become a nurse.
It runs in the family. One of my sisters is a nurse practitioner. Another one is an LPN, but she's going for her RN. I actually come from 9 sisters.
9 sisters is crazy.
Yeah.
Your dad was out here wilding.
3 of us born in the same year is crazy.
That nigga didn't even know what a condom was.
Okay.
Well, that even brings us into the topic we're going to be speaking about today, which is growing up in a
Jamaican
Caribbean household and what it's like. Mm-hmm. So how was it? 9 sisters growing up in a Caribbean household?
One thing I must say, even though it's all girls, we always got along for the most part until people started getting, older. But everybody has their tight bonds still. Like, we could be around each other and still have a good time no matter what. Mm. That's the good part. Like, and with that, like, my dad never treated no one more special than the other. Like, everybody got the same love.
Because 9 kids, shit. Okay. I would have had a favorite.
Everybody thinks they're his favorite in their own way, though, of course.
That's fair.
How do you even, live with 9 siblings? It's not crazy.
But we didn't all live in the same house. That's one thing. Because, like, a lot of them were older. Like, my mom and my dad, I'm their first kid together. So I start their, 3 children. But I'm number 7. The 7 older ones have, different moms. And Jamaican household.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Okay. But we made it work.
So your parents, are they still together? Are they not together?
They are together, but of course it's like...
How was that?
This gets deep. Because it gets, really raw, because it is, it could be sick.
Pause.
But, no, seriously. So, the other women, obviously, I said I have 2 other siblings that are born the same year as me.
Oh.
So that means 3 women walking around pregnant by the same man.
Oh. So did you ever see any of the baby moms fight each other?
Surprisingly, no, but I've heard stories because a lot of my siblings, like I said, I'm number 7, so 7 of them are older than me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So those stories I just heard, but seeing my mom get into any of that, everybody had respect for her.
Because she's the main one.
Okay.
And she don't play that.
So yeah, but my mom was strict, but she made sure everything was in order. Every Saturday we getting up, we're cleaning.
Like I said on one of the episodes, get up and slave.
As soon as you open your eyes.
Cleaning your crib is not slaving, bro.
It's not slaving, but it's she kept the household in check. You know what I mean?
As she should.
Exactly. So it's I had that 2-parent household where whatever they had going on, we didn't really see it. We heard about it, or, things can linger. People are human. People are human. But, the household was in check. Laundry done, dishes done, food on the table, clothes on our back. My dad was a truck driver. So that's the thing. He had these 9 kids, but he provided for everyone. He was making $10K a week driving truck. And this is back then when, that was money. Mm-hmm. So it's everybody had their shoes.
Money. What you mean?
For 9 kids?
Back
in the day?
But he's making that a week. People are doing that a month, I feel or if.
Yeah, they're not getting close to that.
Okay, so everybody was taken care of. Every morning was breakfast at IHOP. And I would say, even though it was the Jamaican household, I feel people try to make it seem like it's rough. I feel I still had a good experience. I don't know.
I think opposite of that. I think Caribbean households we grow in abuse, but some people you're the opposite of that.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of that.
But then how you say it's good, but then you say it's abuse?
Because it's discipline. You think it's discipline? You need that. When you did something wrong, you were gonna get your ass whooped.
Exactly.
And when you have nice things, you know what I mean? You kind of, not to say act out, but it's
So that brings us in the conversation we're trying to have today. Is it discipline or is it abuse? You say it's discipline, I say it's abuse.
It's definitely discipline. Stop being sensitive.
I'm not being sensitive.
I feel I turned out fine. Some people turn out different. And I feel yes. Abuse. And certain children got certain punishment, but that's to the extent of how, bad they were.
So the worse, the more the beaten.
I guess, learning a lesson.
Slave masters.
No.
That's how I viewed it. Slave masters.
What's your experience? Talk about it.
I think beating a child is like you're beating them into to behave. Like I think it's other ways around that. I mean, I think like like he said, I'm a little sensitive, I guess. But I think our generation, we're becoming a little more sensitive, but we're just realizing a lot of things that we kind of didn't realize back in the day.
I mean, I don't feel like it's okay, especially now looking back at it, but I feel like the way I turned out, if my mother wasn't tearing my ass, like, you know, like if she wasn't not, because a lot of the people who I grew up with, like I live by Edouin projects. Them bitches was fast. Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can curse.
I don't even believe in that.
People were fast in my friend group. They were fast. I mean, I feel like my mother being the way she was stopped me from getting into certain things.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. So, like, when you say fast, what do you mean? Want to elaborate on fast?
Like 12-year-olds in house parties shaking their ass. Like, Mama, I want to go, but I can't.
So you don't blame the parents for that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's like, that's where my mother was the one saying, you're not going to be a part of that. Because I had friends that was 13 and had babies. Because they were shaking their ass in those house parties, which, but then again, I'm not to say if I went, I would have been one of those, but.
Then again, like, how far could a parent really control their kid? It goes back down to like, if a kid want to go do something flagrant outside, they gonna figure out a way to do something flagrant. That's true.
Absolutely.
I believe when you're too strict, it makes a child become sneaky.
Of course, I agree. I'm
a product of that. I was definitely, my parents was in my ass same way, but I was bad. I was rebellious, always rebellious. I was bad. So they could have beat me every day for 5 days. I wouldn't give a rat's ass.
And that's the other thing too. It depends on the child, the person, and the way they take it, I guess. Because to me, it was like, I still got everything I want. So I didn't have to go against my mother all the time. I did challenge, I'm not saying I was perfect. Trust me, I was the first one. So I was always like, be the bigger one, be the responsible one. Like, your sisters are looking up to you, so.
I mean, there's certain qualities about parenting that be getting me tight. Like, obviously, the whole, like, talking back to your parents.
Yeah.
You literally can't say nothing back. They can say the most outlandish thing and you're talking back. I'm like, is it necessarily talking back or I'm just not allowed to have an opinion? That is the difference. So I'm like, all right, I can see the difference in, like, a paradigm between, obviously, parenting and to the kid. Like, I think that shit is, like, one of the biggest things that blow minds about parenting.
Yeah, I think children should be able to express themselves early on so that when they become adults, they're able to speak up for themselves, advocate for themselves. And I think in the Caribbean households especially, it's like you got to stay in your place. You cannot even, if they're talking about something, you can't even walk in without saying excuse me before you even speak to them. If you want water, you better say excuse me first or it's a problem. I think our generation, we being more, like we let our kids talk a little more. I let my kids talk a little more.
I just want to know where these rules came from. Like, did our grandparents teach our parents this and they keep carrying this shit on?
Yes, funny enough, they throw that out there all the time.
Funny enough, I had a conversation with my grandmother because like within my family, it's a lot of like, I think things get passed on. She says, my mother did it, so I did it, and you should do it too. Like, that's just how they think. Like, it gets passed down. Instead of them trying to do better, it gets passed down.
Breaking the cycle.
And because I'm choosing not to do it, they look at it like, you spoiling your kids. They're not going to know any better. They're going to be bad. They're going to be this. They're going to be that.
No, they're going to know how to speak for themselves and know how to hold conversations because, it's not talking back. I'm having a conversation with my mother. Like, sometimes you could get yelled at and punished for something you didn't even do, but because you can't even explain yourself or say like, hey, like, this didn't even go that way. It's like, you did it. It's done.
Yeah, one of the big things talking about don't talk while grown folks talking. Like, why? like, why can't I talk in a room with the adults? Like, no one's saying I'm trying to interrupt your conversation, but why I'm just supposed to be like mute when adults is around and they speaking? Like, I don't understand. Because I have a voice. Let me voice my opinion or whatever I feel like voicing at the time.
Like, funny enough for me, I feel like I just got comfortable with speaking to my parents a certain type of way. Because growing up, they always pushed me down when I tried to speak up for myself. So where as a grown woman, I would be nervous to have certain conversations. Like, it's like something that's embedded in me. Like, I would be like, should I say this? And then when I be saying stuff, I'd be like hurrying up and trying to hang up real fast because I'd be scared. Like, I still have that little bit of fear. Like, am I going to still get in trouble even though I'm a grown woman?
And that's why I go back to saying like that don't say this, don't talk back thing. You give me your kids that option to talk to you. Like, they can feel like having, talking without feeling uncomfortable. I feel like that's just what it is. Like, I love and admire the new generation for like breaking those cycles. Cause
I mean, I don't know, but then again, this new generation out here wilding. Them niggas
I don't
doing
know.
whatever.
That too, but that my mother did it, so I'm gonna do it, and like that, just trauma learning, relearn, trauma teaching. It's like burden.
And when you say this generation's wilding, how do you feel like this generation is wilding?
Well, I was gonna first off stamp. I believe kids need to get their ass beat. Physically, y'all need to get your ass beat because there is something about knowing to make the conscious decision in your brain, like, yo, if I go do this in the store, my dad gonna whoop that ass when I get home. That at least how I used to think. Is this worth? Do I want that chocolate that bad that I'm gonna go to the store and steal it? Because I know if my dad find out, he gonna beat my ass. You feel me? I feel like nowadays kids don't have that. These kids be out here wilding, bro, just doing whatever. And I think it's because it's this gentle parenting shit. You want to sit there and not really fucking you're not going done off your kids. No, they need a licking too. Like,
but what do you feel like beating does? Like, what if your child becomes immune to the beating? Then what do you do?
beat them harder. Now
I feel like this is how you like train your child. Like when you come into situations like this, talk, learn how to express yourself. Like sometimes people, I feel like they over abuse beating. Mm-hmm. Like, did you express to the child like you're not supposed to do this? Like we got to talk about why people do get certain beatings, because sometimes I feel like it's not deserving. Mm-hmm. Like for certain things. Because I even had this coworker one time where she said like her child must have did something and out of nowhere like she just reacted and started beating him, and she said, "Mommy, like if you told me not to do that, I wouldn't have done it." And she just like she felt so bad because she was like, that's something her mother would have just beated her for. So she just like,
they follow it.
And it's like I feel like just talk.
I do believe there's levels of talking. Like I said, at some point, right? Like, what are you gonna have like a strike system on your kids? Because at what point are you gonna be like, all right, they're not supposed to do this. You told them about it. You fuck around, they do it again. They want to do what? Give them another speech. I told you about that.
They're still learning. We didn't become the way we are until we learned from it. You have to give kids are learning. Like they don't know. They've never been here before. You expect a child just to know something as soon as you tell them once. You have to continue to teach them, and it has to become a consistent thing for them to understand. I shouldn't do this.
I am 50-50 on that because the kids, kids be smarter than they look, bro. You gotta stop shooting them so much bail because they kids. It be the kids that be knowing. Say you be like, yo, mom, I want some chocolate chip cookies. No, you're not getting that. Now you gonna go to dad and be like, yo, I want some chocolate chip cookies. That's true. Knowing that you're gonna get the cookies from dad, because even though mom just told you no.
But that's where the parents need to be on the same accord. Like if the child comes to you, ask, hey, did you say you could have some cookies? No? All right, cool. That's the kind of conversation you have to have.
For thinking you slicking in Vaseline, that's what deserve your hand to get popped.
Okay, but that means that we need to do more work. I think beating is lazy. Like it's a lazy way of doing it. Like instead of you actually just coming together as parents and figuring out ways to get a child to do something, they kind of just, the laziest way is just to beat them in the moment. Like that doesn't help. The child gets immune to that. I will disagree.
I'm wholeheartedly gonna disagree. It's like even niggas nowadays, bro. The niggas that talk the most crazy outside has never been punched in their mouth before. I swear to God, if you have, you would not talk the way you talk.
But there are some people that don't care about that. They'll get punched in their mouth every weekend and wouldn't give a damn.
You see? And that's when it goes back to maybe they didn't get held enough.
I feel like this is why children grow up and become so aggressive and feel like violence is the answer. Like you said something rude to me, or I didn't do what you said, so I'm gonna use that. Like I have
to hit you. Mm-hmm.
Maybe
like
violence
children learn from what they see, and I feel like it starts in the household.
Listen, I think violence is the answer, okay? It's like a filing cabinet. You just look, violence.
And when your kids get older and chop your ass up and throw you in the closet, you'll know why.
Listen, we're not the mayonnaise people. We ain't got to worry about that.
She's extra.
Nah, me, no lie. I had this thing too where I was afraid that like before, like I was thinking like, yo, if my kids get together, they're gonna kill me one day. Because I watched this true crime story where these two daughters killed the mother, went to school, came home and was having a time, and the mama like they was decomposing in the room the whole time, and they was sitting there having a whole time. So I always be like, yo, what if my kids just one day get tired of my ass?
Wow.
And just kill me off and nobody would know.
Honestly, no funny. At this point, somebody has to show me a positive example of gentle parenting, because I have yet to see it. Everyone that has done it, your kids are bad as hell.
You think my kids is bad as hell?
Bad as hell.
Wow.
Bad as hell. My sister, like I said, we spoke about in previous episodes. Same way. Mad bad.
I don't do gentle parenting.
I love them though. I'm just saying, as far as not because you do that.
She definitely gentle parents, and they yes.
I just give my children the freedom.
That's all. And they're very smart. I feel like it's one thing to be bad and just like.
Bad and slow.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna be bad. At least be smart about it.
And I feel like they're very expressive, and I feel like that's the way children.
Too expressive.
Nah, my kids be rude sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. They be fake embarrassing me. I ain't gonna lie.
And you're picking them mad mixy.
How?
And that goes back to too. I feel like it's still kids raised. I feel like the adults haven't realized they are adults now. You know what I mean? Like the new parents
like
are
we gotta
still
throw
kids.
the barbecues now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I don't know how to
we're
grill.
not
Do
the
you?
real adults.
Hell no.
You know how to grill?
But I'm gonna buy the sandals.
I'm
though.
gonna start one.
I'm gonna buy the grilling sandals.
Well, I learned that you can't even use the same. You know the thing when you scrub the grill with. You can't even use those no more. You could die because it could go down your throat and kill you.
Yes, the spikes could fall off into the grill
that you
and
scrub
then
the grill
stick
with.
onto the meat.
See, you didn't even know that. You would have killed us at the barbecue.
Yeah, I probably would. I'm gonna get my man card revoked.
Nah, the men, y'all are supposed to learn.
It's
how to grill.
not
That's
too
y'all
late
thing.
to learn.
We're supposed to prep the food and y'all supposed to cook it. So you got to learn. This summer you got to do it.
I'm gonna try.
Get on the grill.
I'm gonna try.
Just don't burn it.
I'm trying not to burn my eyebrows over.
But burnt hot dogs is good.
Hey, yo, no Diddy, you violent.
Burnt hot dogs is good though. You can't even fry it.
Bro, no glizzies
when
on
you
the pod,
taste
bro.
the
You know
burn.
you be in the corner eating them
glizzies
hot
on the
dogs. You be
pod,
eating the
bro.
glizzies in the corner. Don't even say you try
Nah,
for it.
you ain't.
You be like, I want my glizzy extra fried,
extra fried. That's crazy.
extra hard.
I'm not trying to be no glizzy gladiator. That's insane.
Nah, but we are the new adults, and I'm terrified. I don't want to be an adult.
Why, you don't want to pay your taxes?
I don't want to do nothing.
You know, clock into work for the
I
next
just want to sleep.
30 years.
Like I tell my kids every time, like, do not rush to be an adult. It is ghetto over here.
Remember when people used to tell us that?
Yo,
You do.
all the way my back hurt me. I'm so young and my back hurt.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely, my realization of knowing I was an adult, I ran my a full court game of basketball. The next morning, bro, my whole body hurt. Knees gone. I felt like I was
my God.
Dwayne Wade in his last year.
And you know what's
Like, this
funny?
is
I
not
think
a good vibe.
we getting shriveled up sooner than our parents. I kid you not. We getting shriveled up sooner. Because the way I be feeling pain, my mama wasn't complaining about this until she was maybe in her 40s. Why am I feeling this in my 20s? Like, we gonna be all messed up.
That's because, well, I mean, for you too fast. That's why.
Okay? I'm over here like...
You aging a
But yeah,
little too
you
faster
said-
than need be.
Y'all
Run
gonna
down.
be chasing them babies
running
with y'all
after-
canes. My baby's gonna be
listen.
big, okay? So
Exactly. And the
I'm
same
gonna have
thing that you
your
complain
kids
about.
help me.
Same thing you complain about your mama now
Like,
that they be
come on,
outside in the
she's
clubs and shit now at 40. That's gonna
okay,
be
but
you.
see, my kids will be old enough. Like y'all, when my
Come
kids
to
are grown,
Auntie Sparkle's
y'all kids
house.
gonna be in diapers. Think about that. I'm gonna be lit in the club. Y'all gonna be in the house with diapers.
No, I'm gonna be with
Lit in
you.
the club at 40 is
With
crazy.
me helping my kids.
Shoot.
Lit in the club
I'm
at 40
outside.
is insane.
I'm being in the club. Y'all gonna be sitting there with them diapers. Go ahead, enjoy.
Nah, honestly, at 40, I would want, I wouldn't want to be in the parties like that. So, I'll enjoy it.
So when you wanna have kids,
I mean, I got time.
you got time.
Yes, I do.
Talk about
Waiting on
it.
the right time.
You single right now?
Next question.
No, bring it back. We being real on this pod.
Next
Bring her back
question.
to the front. Red flag. What's that?
First of all,
Bring her
Flag
back
on
to the
the flag.
front.
No,
Bring
no,
her back
no.
to the
Flag
front.
on the flag.
Talk about
this
it.
podcast was about growing up in a Caribbean household.
Okay, we're gonna.
My
okay,
relationship status has nothing to do with that. Back to my mama and daddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I heard ducking
But just like the
fade.
household vibe. Like,
Are you with a Caribbean man? Next question. All right, Mom, leave it alone.
Would you date a Caribbean man?
Yeah, would you date a Caribbean man?
that's another thing.
Caribbean man.
And the Caribbean household.
the
Like,
men?
I would say
Whatless.
my dad is an amazing dad.
Bring it to the front.
It's a dramatic
bring
effect
it
pause
up.
for
Bring it
me.
up a little closer.
I just keep moving it. But honestly, as a man, like human being for women, and
Partner. Whatless. That's what you say? Whatless.
I have no words for it.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I don't want to say anything because he might see this, if anything.
Your
Like,
pops is definitely shooting like Shaq from the free throw line
Okay.
in a couple days.
Okay.
Nothing but bricks.
okay.
At least you had the good dad.
Yeah.
Because shoot, mine wasn't shit on both boards. Daddy and for husband. but he's a good
yeah.
grandfather though, I'll give him that.
I
They
feel like-
always make up for it when they become grandparents. Why parents do that?
Why do people get mad at that though?
What you mean?
Because if you know you messed up raising your kids, that's your chance to kind of.
It's their
Fix
it's their
that,
way
in a
of
sense.
avoiding what they did.
You look at it as avoiding. Why
Take
you can't look at it like?
accountability.
No.
But they can take accountability, and now
I said to my grandma the other day, I said, Grandma, you don't think you should apologize to your kids for what you've done wrong? I would never get my kids ever
That's
nothing.
another thing in the
I said, but
Jamaican
you did
household.
wrong. Like, I never do nothing wrong.
Ignorance.
I said, yo,
Ignorance.
relax. Coming at me. You need
But
to
to know what
apologize.
you got to think about the generational difference, right? Like to know what your grandmother might have came out of. Like to her, she probably doesn't seem like something went wrong. Yo, listen, my kid has, he grew up to have say he has a son, right?
No.
Your kid grew up to have a house, a car, beautiful children. Your grandparent might felt like they did their job for real.
Before we came here, I asked my grandma. I said, "Yo, we're gonna talk about certain topics that I may bring you up." She said, "Okay, cool." So I'm gonna bring this up. My grandma's life story. When she told me her story, I got even more mad at her because I already had a view on it prior to her telling me the story. But when I heard it, I'm like, "You just as bad." So she grew up with an alcoholic mother that really didn't do much for her, and when she would drink, she would become abusive. My grandmother then had her kids and ran off to the islands with a man and left her kids to be with her mother. And I said to her, "Why would you leave your kids with your mother after you said she was doing all these things?" And she was like, "I had to do what I had to do to take care of my kids." I said, "Well, you're a part of the problem." And she went off on me. She went completely off on me because she's like, "What do you mean? I did right for my kids. My mom wanted to take care of them. She wanted to do better." I'm sorry. If you did wrong by me, you could not do better by my kids. I really don't believe that. I feel like they be trying to cover it up. And it's up until your child reach a certain age, they're going to keep acting all nice with your kids until your kids reach our age group. Then they're going to start to show their true colors. Mm-hmm. Parents don't take accountability.
Well, that's what it is. I feel like they know and they're already mad at themselves sometimes. And that's probably why, sometimes you like will see them get into certain vibes or certain modes. It's like, what is wrong? They know. Mm-hmm. I feel like they know, they just don't want to take the accountability, or it's just like, it's been going on for so long and it's like, I don't know. I just feel like in Caribbean households, exactly.
They're stuck in their ways.
So I'm saying, but that's, once again, you're playing the borderline of like, are you just being a sensitive ass kid? Or do you genuinely feel like I did wrong by you? Because like I said, for that generation, they could look at everything that my kid accomplished. How bad did I really fail you?
Yeah, but a lot of us that have accomplished the things we have accomplished was not because our parents taught us that.
Exactly.
Beating us did not teach us anything. You just beat us.
That is,
if anything, our parents beat us because they didn't like the embarrassment that it caused them. That's why they would beat us. But even after the beating, they wasn't explaining why they beat us and what we should do to make sure we don't do it again. It was just straight beating and that's it.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm a firm advocate of there's no success without adversity, right? So I know for my story, right, I got 3 brothers, 3 sisters. I'm the second to last kid. And my pops told me he feels like everything that I've accomplished is kind of out of a sense of like I had to get it out the mud because my parents was like my oldest brother's dead ass like the spoiled one. He get whatever he want, and I've like it's just always kind of been like that. All my siblings that are older than me, they kind of got whatever, and then obviously I have a baby sister. Because she's the baby of the family, she get whatever she wants. So it's like I've always had to kind of work harder, but like I'm not gonna knock my parents for that.
And your father said that to you with confidence that you had to get it out the mud.
Yes,
that's crazy.
But it's not that he told that to me. But he told me he feel like that's why I've gotten so far because he's like I realized in you that he realized in me that I had to go take that extra step because I wasn't just gonna obviously be in the same boat as my siblings as to which I'm just gonna get these
sounds like
random perks or whatever.
No, but that sounds like to me. Your
father didn't take accountability.
But I'm not gonna be mad at it because look at the man I am today. I wouldn't have got as far as I did if I didn't have that adversity.
Your father gaslit you. I'm so sorry. He gaslit you.
Listen,
I feel like that's what it is.
He told you that
like you gotta prove yourself, and it's like
he gaslit him.
It doesn't. It's not coming from like I feel like a supportive place. It's coming from a like this is me now fighting for my
your life.
My like for you to see me. I guess if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like
I think
you have to go extra hard while they got.
But I think it builds character.
Absolutely.
That's the lie you told yourself to feel better.
I feel like, but it still does. It's the truth. At the end of the day, this doesn't mean that,
I would never want to tell my child that.
Would you want to be coddled your whole life, though?
I don't. What?
Do you want to be coddled?
When you go to a job, do you just walk in the job and they say, here's the paper, go. Just work. Or do they actually train you and teach you?
I actually had a job interview that I walked in.
My job is crazy.
I thought it was gonna be
I'm
a
just
job
saying
interview.
that I feel like you have to teach things. And then when parents are lucky that we've became the people we've become. They are lucky. Because they did not guide us. Let's be real. All they did was beat us and talk about embarrassment. And what if people see you outside? That's all they ever said. Mm-hmm. But they don't teach you anything.
But you make sure you tidy up before you leave the house, right? You make sure you're not ashy, right?
Believe it or not, I didn't grow up in a tidy home. And I do it. So I didn't get taught any of those things. That's just me learning from myself and things that I just want to do as I become an adult. Mm-hmm. I didn't get taught anything.
Can't relate, man. I definitely had the whole Sunday morning you got to clean up. The old reggae in the background. You feel me? I mean, the only things that I guess I can't learn from a traditional Caribbean household, well, actually, I ain't learned shit. Well, the normal things, like the cooking and the cleaning. But then again, that's the woman side of it. So,
See? Bring it back. The woman's side.
The woman's side.
Let's talk about women growing up in a Caribbean household. Let's really talk about it. But you had mostly women, so it's different for you. But for me,
and another thing too, like my dad was a chef, so most of the time, like he was the one cooking. So it's like he was the oldest of 15 in where like he grew up in Jamaica. So it's like he was always, first to cook. But both my parents cooked, so.
Well, for me, growing up in a Caribbean household, my mother taught me how to serve my father. And I think with her teaching me how to serve my father, like when he would eat first and she would give me the plate and make me serve him. And I would have to come serve him a certain way with a napkin and a fork. And she taught me that, and in turn, that's what I do with a man. But she didn't teach me anything outside of that. Like,
do you think that was a problem?
It was a huge problem. I feel like, in my opinion, Caribbean, like, this is just my opinion. Nobody come at me in the comments. But the old school Caribbean women, they focus so solely on their marriage and their man. The kids came after. The only thing they cared about when it came onto their kids was that their kids were clean, they had food in their belly, and their hair was done. Anything outside of that, their kid could be losing their entire mind. But as long as their man is good and they look clean, they're good. That's a problem.
That is true.
Because I literally, it's a point where now my mom is like, I feel like is now starting to go out and have fun and do things because she hasn't got to do anything because she was so focused on my dad and making sure we look clean. And that's it.
Speaking of, last night when I got inside my house, my mom was dressed and I'm like, my mom does not go nowhere, especially because my dad right now is in Jamaica. Like she doesn't go nowhere without him. So I walked in the house and she got dressed and I'm like, where are you going? She's like, I'm going for a drink. I was like, you get drunk off of wine coolers. What drink are you going for? Like,
that's how it be. It's like they're
Not
trying to catch up.
But
it's like they're trying to catch up.
20 minutes later, she calls me like, where's the good spot to get drinks at? I was like, oh my God, why you didn't just tell me to come with you? But
did you send her the last stop?
Hell fuck no, not my mother.
It's like they starting to get their groove back. I don't know.
No.
My parents been married for, I believe, over 39, I think 39 years. And I think your parents had to have been together just as long, right?
Like 5 years before they had me, so 30-something years.
I think that's what it is. I think our moms are starting to realize now, like now that we're all getting older and we getting out of the house, they're realizing like, shoot, I don't gotta worry about them no more. Let me go outside. Like, she would have just sat up and been mad that he's out there and she home. So to see her going outside, I was like really proud. Really proud of her.
But that's what I'm saying. The things that y'all look at like, oh, my mom violated for making me do this, like, bro, y'all be taking for granted. Like I said, I still don't know how to cook shit, but a good ass omelet. That is it. Like, y'all know how to make all jerk chicken. Like I said, your rasta pasta be going crazy.
Yo, she actually taught me how to make rasta pasta.
No, you see, but
listen,
you want to hop on this podcast and be like, my mother abused me. Head eyes.
I mean, them teaching me learning those things doesn't take away the fact that it's abuse. I'm sorry, like
but you
doesn't take away from that.
I can't.
But know how to cook don't mean anything.
Not everything as much. Like not as much as she.
You know why I learned how to cook? Because I had to feed myself. That's why I had learned how to cook. Not because somebody was over me teaching me how to make a meal. It's because I had to eat or I'm a friggin' die. So I had to learn how to cook.
I feel like there's many things you can take from it. And it's not so bad. I feel like it's a good thing because now you really... Patrice food. Y'all had Patrice food?
Listen.
Patrice food is good.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, I understand y'all are looking at the positives of it.
And that's why I feel like you're not...
I haven't let that go yet. I'm not there
yet. So what emotional damages you
understandable.
feel like your parents inflicted upon you?
First off, I have a lot of anger because I wasn't able to express myself. So I held in a lot and it just built up. And now I'm trying to learn how to unpack those things.
But also too, even to that extent, why didn't you try going to like school counseling or anything? Like why do you solely put all the blame on your parents?
You go to a school counselor and get an ass when you get home? Why are you telling them people my business? You telling the people I beat you? You crazy? And you get that whoop ass because of that? Of course not. Of course. You crazy.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, school counselors be snitches. OD. I went in like 5th grade. I don't even know what they made me go for. It's because they made me write like a short story and I wrote some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. They made me go talk to the counselor. And I got home and my dad was like, why you scaring those mayonnaise people? And I was like, I ain't mean to.
Oh my God.
That's my
don't get me wrong. I've tried to, like, when it came on to, like, even as a young child, I used to try to express myself. The way I used to do it was, like, poetry or I'll write a little letter. Like, and I'll never forget, I wrote a letter to my mother. I ain't gonna hold you. I was, like, going off the deep end talking about, I'm gonna unalive myself. And I was young. I had to be, like, 8. And I gave her the letter, and I was waiting for her to react and, like, maybe hug me or something. She crumpled that joint up and said, get out my face with that shit. And you gonna tell me that's not emotional damage?
See, I have a different experience.
I can't relate. But then Miss Therapy over here. Maybe you need that therapy at your household. You feel me?
Listen, I'm being real on this pod. We're gonna talk about everything, even touchy subjects like that, because I'm gonna be real always.
I didn't ask for permission from my family yet.
I don't give a rat's ass what my family thinks, to be honest, but I ain't gonna do that to you.
No, but honestly, it was definitely strict, and I feel like there was structure to it, but it was never no like abuse, I would call it. At one point, it used to feel like that, but that's because I feel like I was trying to rush growing up. Like I said, Patrice was a grade or two older than me. So it's like my friends were already older than me. And I always looked older. Like, so, I was doing things faster. Like I was drinking at 18 and stuff. So, I was always trying to rush it. So my mother was always on me, especially because I'm the oldest. So it's like people are looking up to me. But at one point, it's like, all right, I graduated high school now. I brought myself a car now.
What car you driving? I'm in your business.
She don't want to answer no questions. We real on this pod.
I drive a car. That's all that matters.
Is it a
I went to
foreign
nurses. No.
One of the windows don't roll down. The left mirror on the side, it hangs a little, and it got like a big dent on the side.
Whose?
Your car.
What are you talking about?
So tell us the car you want then.
My car's in good condition, but it's nobody's business. Anyways, like I really started taking care of things. So it's like, you're not about to tell me I can't go outside now.
Cool question. You been that tall your whole life?
I always been the tallest, like amongst my peers. Yes.
You play sports?
She what list? No.
I tried out for the basketball team before.
I made it on the team and she didn't. That's a
All
shame.
that height with no volleyball is
I
crazy.
got on the team because of my height, but it's like, it was really bad. That try was really bad. Like, it was 5 against 5. As soon as I got I don't know why the fuck they gave me the ball first.
Shoot me, you the tallest on the court.
I really had no clue, like, nothing about basketball. So it's like, all right, when I got the ball,
Better
I'm like,
get a
wait.
rebound.
So I'm like, wait, so who the fuck is on my team? I just heard 5 and 5. Who the fuck is on my team? The bitch on the other team is like me. I just right there was like, fuck, I'm off this team. Then she started laughing and she ran off. So I was like, yeah, I knew that was wrong. Then when they tried to pass the ball to me, I got my arms up. The ball goes through my fucking head. Out the fucking gym. I'm running out
like
the
you
ball.
big for nothing. Like,
Yeah. But then at the end of it, I was like, yeah, fuck
So look at
this
the
shit.
tall,
my
look
year
at the
when
tall doofy nigga on the court.
my year when I played basketball, there was this girl on the team. I'm not even gonna say her name, but
No, but you're talking about high school. I'm talking about middle school. This
high
is me
school, I was
just
on the
trying to
team.
get out of the house. Like anything after school, like I didn't want to be in the house. So it's like he called me though at the end of the game. It was like, you're on the team. I was like, who the fuck is me?
Yeah.
First tryout, the shit they had us doing. I was like, yeah, I quit. I was just still telling my mother I was at basketball practice. So.
You're fully Jamaican?
I was born here, but both my parents are. So it's like I grew up like going there for 3 months at a time every year. Every holiday was down there. Like.
So from your experience, do you feel like any of your siblings or cousins that are like that probably went through a similar experience to hers, or you just feel like she wildin'?
No, I don't feel like she's wildin'. No, I don't. Because I know. Like I said, I have 9 sisters. Like, yes, because they had different mothers, they had different things like with their mothers. But as far as my dad, everyone was treated the same. But some of them was just more wilder than others. So based on their mothers, they disciplined them how.
But even with that,
to.
I don't believe in calling like little girls wild. I feel like it's always something behind that. A child doesn't just do certain things. They are taught certain things. And I think that's another conversation in the Black community that a lot of people are shush about. Like, little girls ain't gonna just be doing the things they doing without somebody teaching them. And everybody likes to shy away from the conversation.
And like
but
I
I'll talk
said-
about it.
No, I agree. All those think it's cute to be like, say you young mom doing like twerking videos in front of your little toddler or whatever the case is. Like, what you think she about to start doing when she grow up? That shit is not cute, bro.
Yep.
Man, like, go take that to the other room or something, bro. Not jacking that.
Or the crop tops, booty shorts. I never forget, years ago, my brother called me and was blacking because his girlfriend at the time was like putting her daughter in the booty shorts and crop top. She thought it was so cute. And he was like, I can't believe you got out here looking like this. And I'm like, listen, I don't know.
And
Like,
certain hairstyles.
Yeah,
on
like
children,
I don't
feel
think little girls should be having them long braids down to their ass, with the curls inside.
or
Like,
even like weaves, like
yes, frontals. They put it. This
The
little girl put a
pieces
frontal on a freaking toddler. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Bro, my mom braided my little sister's hair until she was like 17.
I had bobos.
Regular,
I had bobos and clips till I was like 13.
Every 2 weeks we got washing braids. Every 2 weeks.
I'm saying,
Not 2 weeks,
springtime
every
come around,
month.
that's when you get the washing set.
I'm terrified for my daughters to grow up because I know prom, they're going to expect me to have an elephant, a whole safari ride. Like, I'm not doing all of that.
They upping it every
they
year.
got helicopters. I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
Thank God for the time that I went to
But
school.
then again, it's because the example you show. Like you just said, you set the tone every time you have events and shit. They see you go above and beyond. So hell yeah.
Well, I'm a decorator, so that don't count.
Yeah, so they gonna definitely expect that same energy.
Like my mommy could do this, she could do that. They're gonna expect it.
Yeah, but with this type of stepfather they have, I don't think it's not gonna happen. My daughter wanted to get like this dress, it's like a 2-piece dress. A little bit of her stomach is showing. He deaded that. I was like, can I just no?
Or even like putting something underneath it that still like makes sense. Okay.
Why you need her? Yeah, her stomach don't need to show.
Absolutely not.
Like, but just like still, I feel like still going with certain things, just undershirt like that makes sense with the outfit.
Listen, we in a nasty nigga era, so respectfully, they need to cover every bit of skin they possibly can.
I think I'm gonna listen because I feel like that's the importance of a father figure being in the children's life, and especially with me having girls. So if he's saying for me not to do something, I'm just gonna listen because I don't understand, but it's for the greater good, so I'm gonna just listen.
Definitely. You don't want your daughter to be on some Nickelodeon story. You better relax.
That's a fact. That's why I kind of like, I don't post them on social media as much. Like the things I have on there is like old stuff. Because even with that, people are weird. Like people with that screenshot your picture, take it and do all kinds of things with it. People are weird.
It has gone to the next level of social media shit.
Nah, for real.
Listen, man, yeah, people need to just be mindful of what they post on social media in general anyway. Like, there's no reason why I know your whole life story. They need to be posting their cars, their entire license plate up there, their building numbers. I'm like, yo, bro, like...
Isn't that how one of the rappers passed away? I think he posted something with his address or something
allegedly.
like that.
Pop Smoke, yeah.
That's crazy.
And that was him being on a B&B or something like that. Yeah, man.
Nah, but social media is not real, so...
I've had conversations like that. I'll go out with a girl. I'll be like, yo, I know X, Y, and Z. And they'll be like, how do you know all that? I'm like, because you posted that much. Like, it's not me. They'll make the joke like you a stalker. You're really not a stalker. Like,
some people
y'all post y'all entire lives on Instagram. I could dead ass know where you work, what you drive, what you do, what time you get out of work. Like, you don't know all of that over their Instagram, bro.
You ever go to a restaurant? You ever go to a nice restaurant and you look around? Like, have you ever like went to a restaurant and just looked around, see what everybody's doing? If you do it next time, you'll see this
on their phone. Yeah. Yeah.
The whole I gotta take a picture
phone,
of
like
my
over the food. Like relax, enjoy the meal.
I gotta take a picture of my plate before I eat is crazy to me. I'm always the one that's already. I got like 3 bites in before they're like, wait, you didn't take a picture yet. What you mean? Wait, I'm hungry.
I feel like you're not really like if I see like for example if I see on my Instagram somebody's out at a party and they're posting back to back to back, you're not having fun. Can't be because there's no way you having fun. You have all that time to be posting every single thing you're doing.
I feel like people are just now in the showing off era where it's like I want you to see that I'm lit. Sometimes they are. I actually know someone.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm one of those people that I like the whole people covering people's faces and the people hiding certain things. I like that. I think it's funny. I think
shout out close friends.
I'm into that. Like at one point, girls was like covering the man's face or like not posting, only posting their hand. Like,
now the fire shit that when you post like say you take a picture by yourself. And the next picture, it'd be a picture of you and your shorty and like a close friend shit. Those are shit. That's all I'll be doing.
You full of crap about close friends.
That'd be lit. Other than that, I'll be chilling on the gram. Shout out
that
to
close friend business.
Nice.
Y'all think y'all so slick with that.
What you mean?
Hey, listen, if my man posts me in a close friend, I'm gonna feel away. Wow. And I used to do the same thing and I didn't understand it until it was the other way around and I understood. That's rude.
How?
If you just posted a picture of yourself on Instagram and you're gonna turn around and put me in a close friend, that's rude.
Because what if we ain't make our 6 month mark and I don't want to just post you publicly yet, or we ain't make it official yet, but you looking really nice that day.
So how would you like if your girl just went outside?
What you mean just went outside?
You're not public yet, so let her go outside.
She can go do
until
that.
y'all public.
I don't be gatekeeping nothing. Listen, you know me, man. I don't gatekeep that. Know what I mean?
It definitely depends on the stage of the relationship, of course. But I mean, I actually have a question on the close friends topic. Like, how do you guys feel about? Say you're in a relationship and your partner has a close friends with females, a mix of whatever in it, but you're not in it.
What do you mean?
Like you're not in your males.
Like he has a close friends, it's his close friends.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of women in it, but you're not a part of his close friends.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying me specifically. I'm saying in general. Like that's the thing. And for also like on the side of men too, like for your woman to have close friends, males are in it, but the guy, like, you know.
And what the heck are you posting in there?
Exactly.
I think that's weird.
Okay.
It comes off like, what are you swinging your dick around and you don't want me to know? Like, what are you posting in there that I can't see?
that, but other girls can.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
Or like the other way around with the girl. Like, what are you twerking your booty and I can't see it? Like,
The only time I would post in a close friends and my girl's not there is if it's probably like her birthday weekend or some shit, and I'm just showing the timeline what I'm doing for my girl.
he always got an
And she
excuse
don't
for something.
understand.
That's
Listen,
He didn't
I'm
even
a good
answer the
nigga, bro. I
question.
be telling you, I'm a good nigga, bro.
But you didn't even answer the question.
Wait, for what?
why
Oh.
would a man do it? Like, what's the
I don't know why
purpose?
men do it. I think it was weird too. I agree. This is the problem. You see, they be saying we agree too much. But I do agree. Like, that is weird. Why your girl not your close friends? That's odd. Like,
I don't know. I think the whole close friends thing is a little weird too. Like I'm in, and it's funny enough, I'm in so many people's close friends. Like I didn't see so much titties, ass, booty. I mean, I look at it. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like
but
my
I'm just shocked. Like, why
kind
am
of
I in it?
basic. Like people be posting dumb shit in there now. Like,
Now this one girl, I think she's selling pussy. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay.
She's posting a little bit too much of the same thing.
I ain't
a
gonna
little
lie.
too
My
often.
man's has the most legendary close friends known to man. Shout out to listen next episode coming soon. My man has the most legendary close friends known to man, bro. He is a definition of a certified sniper out here, and we're gonna leave it at that.
I just find it funny how Instagram will block off something that's important on social media, but if somebody's shaking ass, they let that slide. That's crazy. Like you post somebody that's missing and they want to block it off, talking about what is it? They'll put like a film over it, and you have to click OK if you want to see
if
it.
it's like too
Something
graphic
like
or
that.
something. Yeah.
So how come that's not graphic? Me trying to help somebody,
But a whole
it's not
pussy
graphic.
open
And somebody's
is not.
spreading out their poom poom. I never forget. I had this girl on Instagram. I wasn't her close friends. First of all, I didn't even know I was in it until I seen this. I was disturbed. 8:00 in the morning. She's on Instagram playing with her pussy. Why are you doing that 8:00 in the morning? Like you're wilding. But they don't filter that. I don't want to see that.
Listen, OnlyFans girls is a new version of a nigga trying to sell his mixtape.
why didn't you unfriend her?
I definitely did. Absolutely. Me? You think I stayed it? I watched it a little because I was just curious. Like, what she... I definitely...
She can't help herself.
I definitely, like,
She
you
can't
know...
help herself.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, when the people be on Facebook posting, like, the stuff from Twitter, I click it every time. But why you doing that? Like, it's Sunday. Like, go to church or something. Like, I'ma look. But why you posting that? That's crazy.
See, I feel like to wrap this conversation around, that's why I come back down when you raising kids, you got to moderate shit like that. I don't believe in no kids having social media right now.
My kids don't even have cell phones
shouldn't be
yet.
having no Facebook. I mean, I know when we was kids, I had a MySpace and an AIM, but AIM is hard, a little harmless. You know, you
And
put your
we
little
were
waist
still-
status and that's it. Like, can't
Still
go posting
reckless. While your mother was at work, you was telling the girl to come over on AIM.
Facts.
See, y'all was
You
from
was
us
cutting
because that's
school
that
and you
Bronx
was-
shit. I wasn't doing that. You know, I was behaving myself, you know.
Nah, that was the virginity days, the Vibes Cartel. You be on AIM and people be sending you the little songs and shit. That was my generation.
I would never forget walking away from my computer. I went downstairs for something and my dad walked past it. And you know how you had like the conversations and if you hovered over it, you could see someone's away message?
Mm-hmm.
The nigga, it was a song that he wrote. But the lyrics, like the way it was saying, my dad thought the person was writing that to me. When I say he went, it was hilarious because it's like, listen, that have nothing to do with me, but it's like, you can't even explain that to a
And parents are
Jamaican
so damn
dad. Like,
slow, they don't even know.
They don't, and
Like,
you
you
wanna
try to
hear his
explain
dumbass-
it. Yo, you
just because you want to hear.
she pussy.
Wait, that's a good question too.
pussy.
Your pops have majority girls or boys?
9 girls. And there's one
You see,
boy.
that's how you know he was giving bun.
Yeah, when you get fun, you get
No.
enough girls. That's so true.
9 girls is crazy.
Yo, my dad ain't no better either. He had 2 sons 6 months apart. And I ask my mom all the time, what made you decide I want to be with him? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be with no man that got 2 kids at 6 months apart and I'm going to want to join the team. You wildin'.
Me and my brother is born in the same month.
That's crazy.
I'm March 1st, he's March 24th.
I swear, when it came on to picking, our mothers was really like, I don't even
And then
know.
you got
So that
March,
means-
They must have been
April,
drunk.
May,
So
June,
you-
my
you
sister
know what that
must have
means?
been
drunk.
So
I'm
you know what that
sorry.
means then for your mom, right?
She got problems. She need help. She need therapy.
And
Either that or your pops put her through the frame, you feel me?
Sure.
She
feel
ain't want to
like,
walk
honestly,
away.
for
speaking-
two sons 6 months apart, definitely, absolutely. He has to
honestly
have.
speaking, it's because it was like, you know, Mom, I'm not gonna lie, she put up with it because it's like everything was taken care of. Not that I think it's, you know, something to accept, but that's what it was. You can't
But I
change
think
what
even
it was.
still, like our mothers, like the things they put up with, it's like the reason they did is because they felt like they had to. Like they have to go through all those problems. Our generation, we're not dealing with that.
Exactly.
That's
the
why there's
difference
not that
with-
many marriages.
Yeah.
So
Like
to
people are
pivot
not dealing
real
with
quick
that.
then, because like I said, that's a good topic to talk about, right? Most people be like, all right, you're settling. But if you genuinely feel like everyone dead ass move the same, or even if they don't, how rare it might be to find that diamond in the rough, is it wrong for me to just be like, you know what? Yes, I'd rather cry in a fucking Benz than a Honda. Like, I'd rather just deal with the nonsense because Like I said, he crosses
I'd
off
rather
the
be by
other.
myself.
I mean,
I used to think like that, but now I'd rather be by myself.
Okay.
Cause you crying. Who want to be doing that every day though? Like who want to be worried about where their husband's at? Why he not coming home? If there's another child, don't we deal with that? I'd rather be alone.
That's not acceptable. I feel like I'm another kid. While you like supposed to be with me, another kid.
You have another
Yeah,
kid.
another
I'm
kid
gonna
is
have
crazy,
another
I ain't
kid
gonna
too. We
This
both
is
gonna
proof
have
of the
kids.
sex.
The Brady Bunch. Hello.
This is
You
proof
have
of the
one.
sex.
I have one. Tit for tat. I don't give a damn. And then I'm gonna leave you with them kids. My kid that I had on you and your kid that you had on me. You gonna have them kids by yourself. I'm leaving. I'm gonna abandon you and them kids.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I definitely believe in walking away, but I just also feel like, yeah, with this whole generation now, like it fucking sucks that every 2 seconds is a baby shower, but no one's getting invited to no weddings. Have you been invited to a wedding?
Honestly, no.
Have you been invited to a wedding?
I will say I see a lot of weddings going on around, like with people.
I think my group is just a little rare. My group is a little rare.
I don't know anyone that's been invited to a wedding. Actually, I'm a liar. My son Rock just told me today he's invited to a wedding. But other than him,
Nah, but I do get what you're
I
saying.
don't know anyone that's been invited to a wedding yet. In my X amount of years on this earth.
And the baby showers be so extravagant. Oh my God.
Yeah, because
So extravagant. They be having people flying in the sky and all type of stupidness.
No, it's
it will make it worse. I didn't be
And
seeing.
you know what be crazy? They be having people flying in the sky and going in 2 separate homes.
It will make it worse. I don't even be seeing.
You're not even living together.
I don't even be seeing the baby daddy at these baby showers.
Oh my God.
Just be at the baby shower solo dolo. Like,
Nah, what be killing me too is when, and people are probably gonna come at me and I don't give a rat's ass.
Oh my God.
They be having these baby showers and be still living at home. When did y'all have sex? Where? Where the baby gonna sleep? Where the baby gonna sleep?
listen, man. Shooters gonna shoot.
What's up your head?
And niggas get busy anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least try to get yourself out the house first and then. But now your mama gotta hear your baby crying. That's crazy.
But you know, that's what I say though. Like, I don't have no kids yet, but people look at me crazy when I say it's like I'm not where I want to be for that yet. Like, and I feel like I'm grateful that I have older sisters and not like anything against them, because I say this all the time. Like, I'm glad I got to see what y'all. Not glad because it wasn't pretty, but I got to experience what you guys went through, and I know what I cannot do.
No, my
y'all
dumb
are
ass
strong as
my
fuck.
dumb ass seen what was going on and still was like, let me go try it.
Everyone.
Honestly, I'm definitely at the point right now where, I'd rather not have kids than have kids with the wrong person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really that easy. Like,
That's why when it comes on to like, that's why in my head, I waited so long. I had my 2 early on, but I was telling myself, if I'm gonna have more, I'm gonna make sure I do it right. Because I was wilding. I was wilding back then.
Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to have kids like either right now or like the next like upcoming like 2 years. But like I said, I'm not about to just go out there and get, the first girl I see, pregnant. That's crazy. Like,
But even with that, you don't even know, because sometimes people don't really show you who they are until you have a child with them. Sometimes that's what happens. So
And
that's the scary part.
That's what's so scary. That's why it's like
they'll be a good partner, but would they be a good father? Or would they be a good mother? Like,
that's why you need the Carfax on these Jones nowadays.
How would you know though if they've not a mom yet or they're not a dad
you gotta
yet? How would you
experience
know?
people through the 4 seasons. And I'm not talking about the weathers. Like, dude.
But that's why Jordan doesn't like to
finance.
date baby mothers, but this is why he should, because then he could see how she'll be as a mother. So even
No,
if they don't work out,
I
she'll
do
be a good
say that
mother.
though. I always say, niggas that don't like dating baby moms, that's crazy. Niggas that don't like dating single mothers, you could at least evaluate their skills as being a mother. You can see how she take care of a kid and what she doing. That's why, not to bring up said girl again, but I'm like, that's how I know she be wilding. Cause I'm like, for a girl that got a kid, you sure be outside shaking your ass on everybody's couch every weekend. Like, but your kid not potty trained is insane to me.
That's crazy.
Like, that's ridiculous, bro. Real story.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You be wilding nowadays, but not too much
Like, I
on
don't
that.
understand. Like, I be trying to figure out how my baby father, for example, keep on having kids. You don't take care of the first one. You gonna turn around and they just keep on taking them. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? What are you telling me?
Girls be gullible. Niggas hit y'all with the chill. I'm allergic to the condom, and y'all just be eating that up. Let niggas shoot up the whole club.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be a shame, like when women be like it's funny because I feel like now me and my baby father's other baby mother is like, yo, we gonna start a support group surviving my baby father, because that motherfucker is off. He just having more, and we're just adding more women into the group chat. Like, all right, come on in. What he did now? Okay, sit down on the couch. Let's talk.
That's just too much.
It's like the niggas in the group chat, talking about raw is law.
That's crazy.
I hear wilding.
To your buddy raw and red.
Like, I'm in the background. He know, bro.
To your buddy raw and red.
Wilding.
Dangerous.
Yeah, but even with the raw thing, women are letting them do it. It's not all on them. The women are nasty too.
I've watched in real time girls that having condom sex, and I guess in your brain it just snapped to be so good to be like, take it off. Or I've had a joint, really grab and tug it off, bro. Wildin', bro. Wildin'. I swear to God, bro.
And I feel like people also use drunk and all that shit for an excuse.
I don't drink.
Like, no.
That's
not an excuse.
That'd be fully sober women.
I don't give a fuck what you feel like. What the liquor
drunk
made you
mind
feel
speaks
like.
sober tongue. And drunk minds, and when they say drunk mind lick sober pussy.
Listen, like I said, I'm not trying to be in women's business, but I'm just saying, for the things y'all be jacking, bro, I'm telling you, fold the girl like a pretzel, and everything that she jacking will start changing. I swear to God.
That's toxic.
I'm just saying.
That's toxic.
Fold it like a pretzel, that shit out. All that tune is changing. You get whatever you want after that.
If you fold somebody like a pretzel, what they fold you like a pretzel?
Relax. Relax.
You be saying the most disrespectful shit ever.
Relax.
Like,
I don't know. That's what men be using. Now I think about it. Men be using sex as a way to control a woman. Like he just said, fold it like a pretzel, you get what you want.
It's a fact. Bitches believe pussy is power, so why can't we act like that as niggas? I'm about to slang this to get what I want. I ain't bought a pair of boots in years.
You ain't shit.
In years, boy. You wildin'.
shaking my head.
Nah.
Shout out the MacBook that I used too.
What? MacBook?
I said, shout out my MacBook. I ain't buy that. Dumb.
He's toxic.
$1,500. I ain't paying for that.
Yeah, give me that's my flag.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Toxic.
What you mean?
As fuck.
But so I wanna ask you, what is something you've seen in your parents' marriage that you feel you won't implement in your marriage? Like, what will you not do when your time comes because of watching them how they were in their relationship?
Honestly, I feel like investing so much in someone and not yourself. Like, you make sure that the man, or, basically the man is straight and, everything is taken care of for him. Like, everything is in order and ready when it comes to him.
Make sure your king has his crown.
And nothing's wrong with that, but also make sure you're taking care of yourself.
That's true.
Because
I agree. I definitely agree.
Leaving it at that. Take care of yourself. That's very important.
Listen,
what about you? What do you think after seeing your parents married for however long they've been married, what do you think you won't do that they did?
Have mad kids. Have the amount of kids you can afford. Like, my parents obviously got decent jobs, I feel like. My parents would have just cut it down. Like, well, at least my dad was married prior to meeting my mom, but bro, if we would have just had maybe 2 kids instead of obviously 4, I would have been in a lot better space, bro. Have the amount of kids you could afford. Gangster. Because like I said, the more kids you have, that means you got to buy a bigger house, and that's obviously more bills, more houses. Just have the amount of kids you could afford. Like, I understand some people be like, don't put a price point on kids, but I'm like, that's easy to say than done. Because now when you got to grow up, these kids are kind of struggling in a sense, depending on the career you have or how much money you got. I'm saying is, once again, being selfish, bro. Have the amount of kids you can afford. Niggas might kill me for that. I'm jacking that. I'm sorry. I'm just standing on that.
I think what I won't do in my marriage that my parents did in theirs is talk to other people about my problems. Or if I am going to talk to people about my problems, I'm going to be very selective on who. Because I feel like the first mistake they've done in their marriage is talk about it too much. Like, they're talking to this family member and that cousin and that auntie and that uncle. And it's like, those people don't want to see your marriage thrive. Because if they did, they would tell you to stop doing that and talk to each other. So that's something I wouldn't do.
Alrighty. I think we're going to have to bring this to an end because I think we reached our 60-minute mark. So any concluding words from our lovely peoples here? Crystal, we'll start with you.
Just take care of yourself. Always. Do not make anyone more of a priority than you. That's it.
Bull, tomato.
And learn about gentle parenting because abuse is not okay.
I feel like that's where I'm at in my life. Is making myself my priority. So that's why I say that.
All right, well, there you have it. Episode 5 of Being Black is Ghetto. You feel me? Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Share the episode. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all know the vibes. Shout out to Instagram real quick for the people. Or if you don't even want people to know,
Yeah. There's _Chrissy _.
And y'all know I am Patty J. You're.
And then again, it's your boy Jay Evans signing out. Holla at your boy.
And we're out.
Thank you.